Hello everyone. Now we will go for our next debugging challenge. And for this particular debugging challenge, we require the knowledge of interactive classical report. Means at least we require the knowledge of basic list and secondary list. Plus we require the knowledge of conversion routine. This particular interactive classical report is available into this ABAP programming part 2 playlist, and conversion routine topic is available in additional ABAP concept playlist. So if you do not have the knowledge, you can simply learn from these particular playlists. But whatever the knowledge is required from this debugging challenge perspective, anyways, I will cover that particular part. Now, so many people ask about this. So now it's good to cover this particular debugging challenge. Whenever participants are learning this basic list and secondary list, at that time they are using VBAK and VBAP tables, but they are not getting the expected result. So at that time, they are sending the mails that they have written the same kind of code, but why they are not getting the expected result. So this particular video will give the solution for the same. Now this particular error code I will put in the description of this particular video so that you can simply copy the code and apply the solution. Plus this error code and solution I will put on the shared drive also. You all know we have a shared drive for the reading material. You can go for debugging challenges folder. So into this error code, I will put the error code, and into this solution code folder, I will put the solution code so you can refer at any point of time. Now we will understand this debugging challenge. Now customer suppose gave you one requirement. In that requirement, you need to display the data from VBAK table on the basic list and the data from VBAP table on the secondary list. So as a part of this, you have written the logic. Suppose you declare structure type internal table work area, structure type internal table work area, and we have a select option. We have a range of sales order number. We fetch the data from VBAK table, we displayed that data. Then we used the event at line selection, and then we are displaying the data from VBAP table, and we have written the logic. I will run this program and I will tell what is the problem into this particular code. Then we will move on to the solution of this particular code. Now I'm running this particular program. Suppose I'm giving sales order number 1 to 10. It's a request that it might be the case in your system there is no sales order 1 to 10. So do not follow the process which I am always doing. Yes, sir. Just check in your table, in your system, what are the various sales order numbers in VBAK table. Suppose I am giving 1 to 10 sales order number. I am going for execute. Now you can see this is our basic list. On to this basic list, we have sales order number 1 to 10. We have 5 column data, perfectly fine. Now, whenever I'm putting the cursor onto this sales order number, and whenever I'm clicking onto this button, or if I double click, suppose I'm clicking on here on sales order number, suppose I'm going for choose, nothing. If I'm double clicking onto this, nothing. So this is our problem into this particular code, means it is not displaying the data on secondary list from VBAP table. Now at this point of time, I told you, yes, at least you require the basic knowledge of this. You require the basic understanding of basic list and secondary list. And whenever you will simply select and click on to this button, or whenever you will double click, which particular event will trigger. At that time, at line selection event will trigger. In the logic, we have this event at line selection because this is the main concern. Suppose if you have so many lines of code, suppose 2000, 5000 lines of code, so we will not debug each and every line of code that this particular logic is triggering. If we have the knowledge that whenever we are double clicking, whenever we are putting the cursor and clicking onto that button, at that time @line selection event is triggering. So it's easy for us to move on to that particular part and debug that part only, because that is the best practice. You should always find a part of the program which is triggering at that point of time. And we know, yes, whenever we are double clicking and we are selecting a record or clicking on to display button, @line selection event triggers. So I will put the breakpoint as a part of @line selection. I will run this particular program. Suppose I'm giving 1 to 10. This is our basic list. Whenever I'm executing, this is our basic list. Now I'm double clicking onto this sales order number. Yes, 3 is the sales order number and the record number is also 3. 1, 2, 3. This is the third record number and I'm double clicking onto this sales order number 3. I double clicked. Which event triggered? @line selection. If you select and click onto this button also, at that time also @line selection will trigger. Now, system stop there. Now, if we will understand this code, we are fetching data from VBAP table. Data will come into this internal table based upon what where condition. Where VBELN is equal to psi lisl psi liscl plus 0 to 10. Firstly, we will see what this psi lisl is. Psi lisl or cell psi liscl, it is a system variable because it starts with sy. It means it's a system variable. System variable for line selection. It will give us the contents of the selected row. We selected which particular row? We selected this particular row. Now into this system variable, we have the contents of the selected row. You can see we have this 3, date, time, username, document category. Everything is there. Now from this whole content, we are taking 0th position. How many character? 10 character. This is all about substring processing. If I want to take a substring from a string, if I want to take only few characters from a particular string, so we pass the position and number of character. So from this psi lisl, from 0th position, I want 10 characters. If we see the value, psi lisl plus 0 to 10. What is the sales order number value? 3. Now it means VBELN is equal to 3. It will go to VBAP table. It will fetch the data of these 3 columns and data will come into this internal table. If we will go for VBAP table, firstly, before going to VBAP table, I will execute this query. You can see when I executed this particular query, the value of psi sub RC is 4. It means this query is not giving the successful result. Nothing is into this internal table. If nothing is into this internal table, it means it will not display any record. That's why the data is not displaying from VBAP table. It means we need to check where the problem is into this particular query. You are passing VBELN is equal to 3. Firstly, check in VBAP table, is there any sales document number 3? We'll check. We'll go to VBAP table. I will go to SC11 transaction code. This is our VBAP table. I will put sales document number 3. VBELN 3. Yes, VBELN is equal to 3. It will go to VBAP. Yes, we passed 3. Now, if I'm executing here, now you can see, yes, we got the data. But if we are getting the data, why it is not appearing here? Why this query is not giving the successful result? Just see, you will be able to understand here itself. I provided 3. I provided 3. But what SAP is storing 903. This is the main thing. Yes, SAP storage format is different from the display format. SAP is storing 903, but while displaying, it is displaying 3. It means there is a conversion routine for this particular field. We'll check that conversion routine, and for detailed understanding on conversion routine, please refer the videos of conversion routine in additional ABAP concept playlist, because this is the real example of projects. Many times we are not getting the output because there is a conversion routine, and because of that we are not getting the expected result. Now, if I will show you, this is our VBELN. We'll understand. This is our VBELN. It has a data element. If I double click onto data element, this data element has a domain. And in that domain, we have a conversion routine. If I will double click, you will understand. We have two function module: conversion exit alpha input, conversion exit alpha output. First is for external to internal. External to internal means if I am giving 3, how SAP is storing internally. What is second conversion routine? Yes, if we have 903, how SAP is returning. Two different things: external, internal. External means which is visible to us. Internal means what SAP is storing. Suppose if I will go to first function module, I will simply run this function module, because conversion routine is just like a function module. I'm running this function module. Suppose I gave 3. I'm providing 3. This is what we are doing. If I'm giving 3, what SAP is storing internally, all zeros, you can see 3. Now, if I will go for second function module, if I will go to second function module, this is our second function module. If I will run this, now if SAP is storing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, what is visible to us if we are passing this? If this is the storage format of SAP, what is visible to us? It means SAP visible format, what is visible to us is different from the storage format, external format and internal format. And this is the problem why this is not giving the result. See, we are passing sales order number 3. It means VBELN is equal to 3. But SAP is storing 903. It means whenever we want to fetch that data, we need to pass 903. Then it will give us the right result. So the problem is with the conversion routine. We have not passed the we are giving where condition system variable take 0 to 10 character. But whenever we are taking 0 to 10, we are only getting 3. But SAP is storing like 903. It means rather than this 3, we need to pass 903. Now, what is the best practice? Before writing the logic, just go for some changes in the debugging mode itself. Is this your right understanding or not? Then you can write with the logic part. Just see, at this point of time, this is the most important. Those who are very good at debugging, they will not blindly write the logic. Firstly, they will check, is this particular solution works for me? Then they will go for the respective code changes. Suppose into this particular query, this is executed. If I want to execute this query again, what I will do, I'll put the cursor here, debugger, go to state. Whenever I will go for go to statement, now this query needs to execute again. In the debugging mode, I will change the value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the best way always. If it is possible, always go for this before writing the logic so that you can understand you are doing a right approach or not. Now, if I will execute this query again, you can see size of RC is 0. It means my understanding is extremely correct. If I will run this, now we have the data on the secondary list for sales order number 3. It means we need to apply the conversion routine here. Before fetching data, we need to apply the conversion routine. So I will write the logic. Now you all know, just now I showed you in the debugging mode. Yes, if we are giving 3, SAP is storing all zeros 3. So which particular conversion routine we need to use? Conversion exit alpha input. I showed you when I double clicked. Conversion exit alpha input. This conversion routine. Conversion exit alpha input. Just copy this. Important understanding, and so many times in real project because of this we are not getting the result. So just check, is there any conversion routine which is stopping us to get the output? I will put this conversion routine. Now I will give the input psi Liesel plus 0 to 10. So it will take the input as 3 and it will return 903. And we are using this to fetch the data. I'll check the syntax. I will activate. And now we will understand the output in the debugging mode. I'll put the breakpoint. I will run. Suppose I am giving 1 to 10. I will go to execute. Suppose I am double clicking on this. Sales order number 8. Desktop 3, most preferable desktop. Now you can see up to this level, it is 8. Now, whenever this function module will execute, you can see we have 9 zeros, 8 yes. And we are fetching data based upon this. Now, if I will execute, you can see size of RC 0 into this internal table. We have one record we are displaying. So this is the data from BPAP table. So what is the summary of this particular debugging challenge? Important debugging challenge because in real projects, many times we survive because of this conversion routine problem. So we took a debugging challenge that in which we have the data from VBAK table on basic list. We have the data from VBAP table on the secondary list. We have written the correct logic, everything, but we are not getting the result. So at that time, we checked in the debugging mode. Whenever you are double clicking or whenever you are selecting and clicking on to display button or select button, at line selection event triggers. So we checked this query is not giving the result. Why this query is not giving the result? Because we are passing a sales order number value, but when we checked, that sales order number has a conversion routine in that domain. If we are giving 3, SAP storing 903. Whenever we have the SAP storing 903, it is displaying 3. It means external format is different from the internal format. Display format is different from the storage format. So we checked in that domain, we have a conversion routine. We applied the conversion routine. We got that data and it is working fine. Now, one point, many times people will say this. So what is the solution for the same? Suppose simple understanding. Many times people ask this. Suppose I'm giving sales order number 2. It is showing me 902. But many people are saying whenever they are putting 2, they are still getting 2 only. You just need to change the setting simply. Go to settings, user parameter. This particular checkbox is ticked for you. Just remove that. Okay, suppose if I'm selecting this checkbox. So SAP will apply the conversion routine. Now you can see I am able to see 2 only. So I will go to settings. So I want to check if I am giving 2, what SAP is storing is 90. It's there itself. You just need to change the settings for the same. So that's it into this particular video. Extremely important, this particular debugging challenge. So that's it in this video. Thank you.